Hello everyone, welcome to my episode of Frogcast. So being over the Purple Room game, in which I was playing as the lovely nation of Burgundy. We'll be going over what happened in the West at the end of the episode as usual. Um, whilst I'm loading, I'll spam this. Yes, that's the one. So anyway, we're going to be starting as usual, with you, Sushi. Now, Yusuji is in a very unique position compared to most other nations in this game. Given how they've got basically all the land up to here for free. Zero player wars. There's not a single stopper in their way. Have they earned this? No, absolutely not. He's just sat there and AFK'd and dev'd his fucking island. He's also got a massive amount of money saved up for some reason, with a lot of very good manufactories to still build. I'd just slap these out right now. No, I'd even go and build the 0.3 ones if you got this much money just sitting there. You got some good manufactories coming up later on, like these ones at Tech 16 and 14. However, I'd still recommend building every single one of them. It's just so worth it to get the value up. I'm not sure why you've got a merchant there, steering trade. Makes zero sense. You're not even collecting in Beijing, my mans. Ideally, you'd stick it in Jiren to increase your trade power in Nippon. You should also probably make career steer trade for the extra big bucks. Though there will be dish soil, but that's literally irrelevant. You make more money, it's worth it. I guess it's not really worth it because you've got a shit ton of money anyway. So, but yeah, he's got all his missions to pop, which means 1.5 discipline, navy tradition, more manpower, local dev cost, advisor cost, all decent stuff for a nation that's had a completely free game. Now what this country should do is de-state Hokkaido, literally worthless state. Like, I don't see a single fucking benefit to it. Like, it's just, you're not going to dev anything more than this province here. But all the other ones you're just never going to dev because it's coastline's 25, it's marsh, which is plus 25, it's hills, which is plus 25, and another coastline, which is another plus 25. And state some stuff in Manchu or Ming because you've got an absolute fuck ton of land for free. From Ming, I take money and I take war reparations. However, that's probably not actually going to kill Ming because they've got a shit ton of money anyway, and absolutely just big eco. What this country needs to do is delete these fucking forts. I want to rebuild them on the east side because that's where you get devastation events. But on the west side, it's safe from the devastation events. But yeah, other than that, this country is doing really well, and it's got an absolutely fucking ridiculously free game. Already a force limit of just under 100. Shit manpower, but that's because he's hardly dev'd anything so far. But later on, when he's got universities, when he actually starts deving like a madman, his manpower is going to be through the absolute roof. Yeah, because his inted his burgers a wee bit. Like, it shouldn't be at 40% without having used any of these guys. And you probably want to do that. And maybe that doesn't really matter if they're disloyal at this point. Your manpower recovery is shite anyway. and just get out of this Ming War ASAP, and and then go on a Manchu and get even more land. You'll probably be #1 great power by the end of next session, unless Ottomans keeps up their rampage of conquests, which I doubt they will, because they've reached a roadblock in the form of Timurids. Yeah, this is it for Manchu. No, look, Yasuji even. Manchu decided to no-show, and so they were just free food, and it died to AI. I believe Malacca was a player. Probably because going quality maritime is something a player would do, and the AI never leaves an untaken group. Ideally, yeah, you'd go naval, you know, but I never go naval, so I won't fucking know. They've gone maritime so far, and I think they're the only person to go maritime. However, there's still a Portugal to worry about, with colonies that can go naval, and a Great Britain that formed. Expansion-wise, it's pretty decent with 700 dev already. They own the Philippines and everything really, and they've got every province in the Malacca node that is colonized. Although actually, you know what, I'd take that back about naval. Go expansion and put one idea in it. Colonize the rest of this shit. You're behind on admin by a wee bit, but that really can't be helped sometimes, you know. Yeah, it's definitely a player, and they've been doing a decent job. Conquer the Spice Islands, like I said too, which makes them lots of money. And what this country needs to do is delete shipyards, probably regimental camps. I'm not sure what they're trying to do here with this maritime instead of eco build, but they do whatever they do, and it'll probably be strong. Now I really, really don't want to look at India. Like, this is the case of an inter who can't stop inting. He killed Bengal. No, Bengal died to AI last session, and then he just didn't eat into Bengal, didn't eat into Orissa. He's going bankrupt again from fighting Mamluks in Ethiopia. Don't know how you do that when Mamluk is literally #5, and you know he's #5. You're Vijayanagar, Jake. What are you doing? You also hardly expand. At least you got Golconda now, but it's 70 autonomy. Ugh, and you increased autonomy on your fucking best province in India. Yeah. This province can make you like 8 ducats once you got everything built on it, Jesus. And you just increase autonomy on it. Because you can't do some rebels, you're a fucking pansy. Yeah, what this country needs to do is die, honestly. Like, just die, please, for the love of God. Or expand, become a real country. And don't bother fighting Ethiopia when they just want Mawar stuff. He's a nice guy, I'm sure he'll let you have it, hey. Alright, sorry about that, I was talking to Mum. Anyway, Mawar is in as bad a terrible shape as Vijayanagar, and they're in a permanent alliance with them. Delhi didn't show up last session, which is unfortunate, because they probably could have made a comeback from that, given Vijayanagar had 6k troops and Mawar had a similar amount. This country is very poorly managed, and is going bankrupt again. It's just, honestly, I don't know how these people manage it. Like, you should have had a free game. There's no one else in India to bother you. You failed to conquer some AI. You're behind, and you know, let's look at Jake 7611 with 10 ideas. 10 ideas here, but 1099. It's utterly shameful, honestly. I'm like, if I was playing this, I would stop playing this. Yeah. Anyway, off of the agony countries and onto a not agony country. Timurids, man of the hour, and one would assume former of Russia, given his sneak up into the Novgorod Sea, and the Orthodox rebels coating their lands. I think he's going to de-state to form Russia, which would probably be ideal because these states down here aren't the best in the world, and given he's got Russia, it's probably very well worth it to just restate everything there. I'm not sure what he plans to do with his Persian stuff, given Persia does not flow into Ashkatan, so it's he's effectively going to have two nodes he has to collect in, which makes trade very awkward to say the least. At the moment he's fully occupied by Orthodox rebels and is busy converting, which means his stats are a bit downplayed for the moment, with only 35 income. Without all of this stuff occupied, I'd guess it'd be around like 100 or something, which isn't optimal of course, but still pretty decent. Especially given, you know, he's up in Russia. But yeah, what he needs to do is he needs to embrace this institution. Maybe Ottomans wants to share it to them, or Mawaz. Did Mawaz dev the institution? If Mawaz dev the institution, honestly, so fucking stupid of him. Like, he's just wasting more mana that Timur's can take off of him once he can trade company all of this when he forms Russia and moves his capital to St. Petersburg. Like, honestly, he's gonna have so many merchants and he's gonna be so fucking strong. Like, you can't stop him from killing you, Mawar. You're dead. You know, Vijayanagar can't stop him either. Unless, you know, Vijayanagar knuckled down and actually did something with his life. Now, Timur's is busy filling quantity, which is pretty good for him. What the fuck? He's ahead of ideas in Ottomans, which is very surprising. I'm unsure of how that's happening, given how Ottomans even has a better ruler. But whatever. Bygones be bygones, and bad players be bad players. But yeah, Timurids is, I'd say, strongest country in the game. You know, maybe a teensy bit behind France. Although I want to have a look at the manpower development. Let's see. 381, tag fra. 351. So it was 318 even. So Timurids, once it breaks to Orthodox, it's going to be Orthodox. It's going to have Russian ideas, and it's going to own all of Persia and most of the steppes. It's going to be the strongest country in the game in 10 years or so, by like an actually gigantic margin, despite the fact that he's hardly dev'd. He's got some Indian land, which is always nice to have. But this region of the, like, this entire game is like exceptionally scuffed. You'd expect everyone to be a lot richer, but people are doing meme shit like this. So I don't know, man. The topic of going to the east, Ottomans. Ottomans has lost most of their manpower fighting Mawar. I'm not entirely sure why, but Ethiopia is currently breaking the alliance rules with their 3-player alliances. Don't know why JP has admin focus still. Maybe that's what he's behind the ideas. Just do that and you make 2 more admin points, mil points a month. And you no longer cap on admin, which I'm guessing you were doing. You're not using all your states, which is weird, chimp. You've only dev'd down here for some reason. Despite the fact you've got the best state in the game to dev right here, and it's even Orthodox, you don't have to convert it later. What you should do, convert to Orthodox. Give the Dhimmi every single province here, and then revoke them all. And they'll be disloyal, and you'll get a shit ton of Orthodox sellers. You can just go to war with someone, sit in that war for years, and you don't have to worry about anything. In fact, oh no, these okay. You know, I was gonna say, oh, he's already doing it, but no, he's from fucking Timriz. Like, how does Timriz convert to Orthodox faster than Ottomans? You know, it's an absurd world that we live in, with absurd players as well. So, yeah. Ottomans is a fairly strong country. I'm not sure why they haven't finished off Mamluks. This Mamluk is exceptionally weak. It only has 7 ideas with quantity, economic, quality. With 1099 tech, so he's up to date on tech, but he's massively behind in ideas. You've got 11, 11, 11. In fact, yeah, I take back him being up to date on tech. Fuck him. Um, you're also behind in ideas, but nowhere near the extent that he is. Like, shining idea leader is France and Poland, and nearly Great Britain. And Timor's is almost close to it, but like anything used to this is like a bleak, desolate wasteland of hell that you do not want to venture into. You're also not coring your provinces for some reason. No, you just never mind. What's this? Okay, it's just because it's a weird color. Okay, but yeah, Ottomans has potential to be very strong if they actually use their potential instead of just, you know, wasting all their manpower fighting Miwar and Vijayanagar. However, they wasted all of their manpower and time fighting Vijayanagar and Miwar. I'm not sure how you got this land before Timurids. I guess you rushed it, but normally that means you lose Basra. So I'm not sure what the deal here is. Whether it's a very strange one. Number 1 great power, but not very strong. 400 manpower, so if they actually use their states to actually get these modifiers rolling out, it'll be actually strong. But for now, he's just a mess. He's also permaboxing with Austria for some reason, and he let Hungary die. So that's a shame. But yeah, Poland, ran by David. He can have all of Kiev for himself. This country is, aside from the current slight corruption issue, it's very strong, and has potential to be even stronger later on. He's only got 155 manpower dev at the moment. However, he's got all of this stuff that he can still dev once it's got prosperity. Or Kiev has even got it now. You know, just convert that stuff, convert to Ruthenian. Already taken the Polish. Have you taken? No, you haven't taken. Take the Polish age, then form Ruthenia. Your income will go up by a massive chunk, and you can then form Ruthenia. He beat back Hungary, but at the cost of Silesia. I don't think Ottomans and Austria helped Hungary, but I could be wrong. What this country should do is stop Timur forming Russia, because if Timur forms Russia, he's probably going to come for you. Because this seems like the Chad thing that he'd do. As usual, the need to embrace, the need to catch up in tech. Like, he doesn't even have... Yikes, he doesn't even have Miltech 10. Well, Ottoman says Miltech 11. Like, that's just pure inting. Hasn't integrated Danzig, he hasn't conquered Ermland from Brandenburg, who is dead, by the way. I made sure of that. I took out 2 players with me last session. Yeah, Poland's decently strong. It would be stronger if he wasn't so far behind in ideas. He's built most of his workshops that are worthwhile, but he's built like hardly any of his manufactories that would be worthwhile. Krakow's got pretty good local value, whether it's losing most of that to Saxony and the Baltics because of Brandenburg and Livonia. So if he kills off Livonia and he kills Brandenburg, he gets all of Krakow, except for the slight stuff that will naturally fall out. Hey, Fuffy.
Distinct is the cancer killing you for multiplayer.
True, not false at all. But yeah, Poland, strong nation, is behind in tech for some fucking reason. On to the next nation, Austria. Austria's got decent income at this point in time. Hello, Dave. However, it's not devved at all. With only 124 manpower dev. So any scaling this player could possibly do is probably going to be non-existent, to say the least. He's going for quantity eco, but he's behind in eco, so he's so far behind in scaling. He's got that mill focus, however, he should fire that guy, hire this guy or this guy, pump him up to level 4, and stop paying for the army one at peace. Where are these rebels spawning? Just don't put the armies where they're going to spawn, and you'll be fine. Yeah, this Austria should be stronger than it is, but for some reason it isn't. What you should do is get in on the corpse of Hesse, get in on the corpse of Brandenburg, and possibly leave the Empire, because there's no reforms that passed at the moment. And you're a bit low on states. Totally my idea, yeah? Switzerland, same can be said. However, he's a bit low dev, so he won't be Dutch, he won't be an empire for too long. Switzerland is in a very decent position at this point in time. They'll have Liège back to them, since Hesse broke the rules by demanding unlawful territory on the Hainaut vassal. They've expanded pretty decently, and Burgundy's killed Hesse for them. But they've killed Burgundy, so they get all of Hesse. Which they do is root out the corruption and take your reform. I should probably go for, definitely should go for presidential system. Don't want parliamentary. Used to have loyal burghers. You're up to date in tech. You've yeah, you haven't got full quantity yet though, so you need to focus on filling out that. Probably hire a better advisor, like at least level 3. Like this isn't even an if you can afford it, because you've already got 20 worth of interest. But yeah, Switzerland, aside from its poor economy, is doing good. What they'd want to do, however, is move their trade capital into Rhineland and simply collect in Champagne.
Which had declaring on you.
Yeah, and a mothballed fort on his borders who just auto-sniped. It feels bad. However, he did me good, so I didn't roach him too bad. Yeah, this country is fairly strong. It's got lots of rival potential. It's probably just rival Hesse and going on Hesse. There's no way Hesse is coming back from what I'm doing to him. Cause it's me, and can't beat me unless you me or distinct. But I got killed brutally. I lost all my subjects. I lost all my land. I lost about 20 force limit. I broke to rebels before losing a lot of that land though, so I got a free army putting me at double over my force limit. Which is why I've got so many troops, but also a decent amount of manpower despite a shit pool. And I'm using what's left of my country to kill Hesse. Because I might as well take out as many players as I can.
Okay, I've got to go. I'm sorry, I can't stay here. Good luck with it all.
Yeah, thank you, man. See you.
We'll watch afterwards, I guess.
Yes. Wow, Fuffy gone as well, feels bad. But anyway, Hess is dead. I haven't even taken any loans despite being fully occupied at this point. I'm losing all his money. He's got a little bit of armament, probably should have slackened. But he's going to lose lower Rhineland. Probably put a defense edict on to give himself as much time as possible. However, with how fast I occupied him, can't really come back from this, can he? War goal is action. But I just blitzkrieged his entire country, so. It's Miltech 10, but Miltech 10 doesn't matter. If it was Miltech 11, I probably wouldn't have done it, but my country's a raging shithole, so I did it anyway. I'm dead, so is Hesse, so is Brandenburg. Brandenburg decided to ally Saxony, and then defend Saxony. So I sent over 40k and killed him. I don't know why he did this, but he did this, and he paid for it in blood and money. But yeah. He's in the process of going admin defensive, so he might be a Polish player. I've seen Polish players do admin defensive a lot, and I'm not entirely sure why, to be honest. But yeah, my country, raging shithole, dead. I was 90% done with integrating Brabant when they declared independence on me Pepe hands. So all of this land that should be integrated by now isn't, so my recovery process got completely fucked up beyond belief. I lost Retheloi, I lost French Comte, but Hesse demanded unlawful territory, so I got French Comte back. Probably need to dev this a bit more, you know, just thinking out loud for a wee bit. Stuff doesn't have enough admin dev yet. Yeah, that's what needs to be done for this country. And then I can leave happy. But yeah, Switzerland's gonna have a pretty nice game from this. With all of these provinces that I dev'd. And a dead Hesse as well. So he gets all of the Rhineland. Which puts him at a very strong position to dev and outscale this France, because Googly, like, I like Googly and all, but he's just not the best of players, you know. Like, I really do like Googly, he's one of my best EU4 friends, you know. But yeah, let's have a look at his country. It's got an income of 83, but that can be explained by him just converting. Oh, I'm accidentally saving the game. Let's have a Pipo Chims. All the manufacturers are as good. Some serious people who can. I need to say. Cancel. But yeah, France is winner of Western Europe. They've got a completely free game with the Castile player deciding, hey, you know what? I can't be bothered to death war. I'm just gonna play like shit. If Hospitaller had showed up, Googly would probably be dead right about now. I'd have allied Hospitaller, but I had some random fuck who I didn't know on Castile instead, so who the hell even knows, man. He's got a lot of rebels that he's gonna have to deal with again. He's inting his advisors with the level 1 mil advisor. Come on, Googly. Why didn't Distinct scream at you for that, man? Like, what the fuck? Jeebus Christ. Like, at least level 2, please. And at worst, level 3. Come on, bruv. Like, need to dev. Golden Era ends soon. I dev at this state 'cause it's the last state that has prosperity. This problem's right here. That's what I choose to dev, you know. I would go encourage development. I'd press that button, even if it does this, because you've only got a short time to deal with this. And boom, it's 28 to dev already. You know. Bada bing, bada boom. And you've got more manpower to deal with. Ideally, instead of converting to Protestant, you convert to Orthodox. However, there's hardly anyone Orthodox in the game. Simply Muscovy and Poland. In fact, not even Muscovy, Timurds. Timurds and Poland are the only Orthodox countries in the game, which is just disturbing on so many fucking levels. He fought a very scuffed war against Castile, with being kicked back several times despite outnumbering, despite same-ish quality troops. All because of distinct tips. I blame Distinct for I blame Distinct for Googly losing. Yeah, like 100%. Move your trade capital to Genoa. You probably want to kill Florence, but I don't know how feasible that is. Not sure who'd join against you or who'd join with you. And I thought, you know, fuck it, just call Chris into every single war. Tell him, you know, hey Chris, come here, suck my cock even more. We're gonna kill Florence and Switzerland now for joining against me when I was fighting a 400 dev Burgundy. with 1,000 of myself. Yeah. And Chris will be like, yep, that's fair. And then make the 1v2 that would be declaring into a 2v1. 2v2 even, which is fair, obviously. Hess is the Emperor, so you don't have to worry about him joining the war. Because, you know, Hess is dead. But yeah, France should be a lot stronger than it is. Buildings wise, agony. He's got none of these lovely barracks. He's got none of these lovely manufactories. Like, literally, a single manufactory is all that you managed to build in the 100 years you've had of this game. Like, literally one. Yeah, just bad Diplo, honestly. Like, int Poland for it, int Timid for it, int someone for it, get it, pay them for it, man. Also, build some fucking manufactories, for love of God. Stop inting for like 2 seconds, Goku. Once you've done this next... Sorry about that, I think my internet just crashed for a second. Whilst I was ending with France, I think. Test. Alright, I think we're back. But yeah, on to Great Britain now. Great Britain owns the English Channel. He decided to gank poor Burgundy for these 3 provinces, whilst Burgundy wasn't even collecting the channel. He's got 1,200 dev. He's dev'd a shit ton. He's had an Omega 3 game. His golden era and in 43. So he's still got another 10 years of deving to do, which I'm sure he'll enjoy doing very much. He loves deving, but knows he needs to pull ideas. Somehow, Chris is even further behind of France. He's had to go bankrupt and is running level 1 mill advisor. So I don't know what Chris is doing, aside from being a per page. He's basically just eaten Sweden. Probably just want to like finish off Lubeck, you know? Like, it's all AI here. You can get away with conquering all of North Germany. Steer it all into English Channel, be the richest motherfucker on earth. Yeah, my net's back up again. But yeah, it's just, he's decided to, and for some reason, I'm entirely not sure why he's behind the ideas. But that'd be Chris, and Chris do what he does best, because he's Chris. He's not popping these yet, because he wants to save them when he's got expansion, I believe. However, I don't know. I'm not sure what his plan is now that he can't form Russia. Because I know that was his previous plan. Not entirely sure why he marched Finland either. Like, there's no point in stating it aside from this state here. And still, that state alone would be worth it, you know? You got yourself grassland, you got yourself grassland. And you got yourself some not completely utterly garbage forests. Unless it's plus 20% only, see, that's lovely. Like, not, I'd state that as any country. And I'm not sure why you decide to march. Like, a vassal's fine and all if you don't want to waste admin or whatever. But marching it? I just don't understand. You got 3 states, just use them. It's free money, it costs you nothing. You just destate it later if you want to. You can just, you stated the Isles, which is 9 dev and 3 states. But you won't state this, which is automatically caught for you because you integrated it. He's also inting his merchants. But that's a thing that he does, so whatever. What he should do, finish off Lubeck, steer all of North Sea into that, and I'll go into there automatically, and I'll get increased trade propagation, so I'll make more money. However, I'm sure he knows that, or doesn't, who knows. He's even got a really good ruler too, damn. Great Britain is second to last country in the list, Portugal. Portugal had a bit of a rough time after helping Castile in their war. So they then decided to fight the Castilian AI after he left. Shut the fuck up. They decided to fight the Castilian AI and they got fucking swamped by them because Castile went quality eco. And Portugal's gone exploration quality. I think he went exploration expansion, but maybe ditched it, but I don't remember. But his income dropped from, I think he said 60 to 30. In fact, let's have a income over. I think it might be in country. Oh no. No, it's not going to be military. Income, as you can see, it was all the way up at 816 a year, and it dropped suddenly to 326, and then it stabilized again here. So I think Skanderbeg has an even better version of that. But yeah, he's got some colonial players, which are very pogs that can help him in the wars. Like you've got Cuba here going exploration plutocratic. But I think they're changing exploration for naval, so that's going to be a very scary force for GB to deal with. And GB has got no colonies of their own. They've just murdered Scandinavia. Almost forgot Florence. Florence helped me. He's a Chad, he's a gamer. He's got a lot of manpower, but no troops for some reason. And his income is pretty pish. He's rooting out corruption at the moment. I don't know if he had to go bankrupt in the war or not. Maybe. But who knows? Conquer the rest of Naples. Become a real country and don't die to France. Maybe Austria wants to save you. Maybe Poland wants to save you. Maybe Ottomans is worried about this blue hegemon. However, I don't see anything realistically stopping this France or this Timurids except for each other. Which I've seen happen in some games, like Timurids marching over turf into Normandy. Like, Thinchil is very aware of QQ marching into Normandy. Only real gamers will get that. But yeah, Florence is run by Enderborg. I don't know what to say. Like, it's got pish income, it's got pish build up. Like, has built a single reg camp. He's built a couple of barracks, but not many. He's gone for quality eco and nearly full quantity. And I'm assuming that since he's a Republican, can infinitely. No, he definitely didn't matter. He's got 93 Republican traditions. You'd be aiming to have like 50 because just re-electing all the time for the mana. Now, what's the point in having all this? It doesn't give you anything being that high. However, it being low does give you stuff, which is mana. Now, fuck the events. Now, how much does? Switzerland starts to follow my advice, but he needs to get it down even more. Keep re-electing that guy. If I want to keep re-electing that guy. Alright? It's worth it in the long run, and it's worth it in the short run. It's worth it in all the runs. So fuck it, just do it. I'm not even going to look at Mamluks, by the way, even though I know it was a player nation. Thank you, and good night.